Welcome back everybody to more Atlas Reactor here on Additional Pylons Games. We're continuing our overviews for all the different characters, and today we're working with Rampart. He's a heavy duty warbot. He's got a big shield and a sword. He's kind of this, I don't know, this robot knight kind of character. So you can see super high health, highest health of any character at the moment. Pretty low damage, good survivability, and pretty surprisingly high difficulty, and I agree with that. And we'll get into that a little bit with his kit. So let's go ahead and take a look at his abilities. So we've got our basic attack, Radamantium Flurry. This is a blast and deals damage in a line, and then also spins to deal damage at enemies around it. Mod gives us increased damage to enemies in a circle, and we get energy per hit as well. So this is a pretty self-explanatory, pretty basic. The only thing about his kit that really is basic. So we've got Bulwark. This is a prep spell. 3-turn cooldown. During the prep phase, we block attacks from enemy in front of us. During the blast phase, you bash enemies in front of the shield, dealing 25 damage and slowing enemies. Get energy every time you block an attack, and you get energy every time you hit an enemy with the shield bash. Mod gives us 25 shields until the end of the next turn, so this again helps with our survivability beat. So the first turn, we're going to block a lot of damage with our actual shield, and then the second turn we have increased health from the shields on top of our health points to help us weather the storm a little bit in between our bulwarks, if you will. Fusion Lance is our other blast attack, 3-turn cooldown. Impale an enemy and pull him towards you, gain energy if you hit an enemy, and we've got a mod that increases the range on this, so this is good. For those of you who play League of Legends, this is very much reminiscent of another giant hulking robot who uses a grappling hook kind of attack, at least last I played League of Legends. So anyways, pretty basic. This is for either pulling tanks away from your vulnerable allies, or pulling vulnerable enemies towards yourself and towards your allies so that you can do a lot of damage, get them out of position basically. Unstoppable Force is a 3-turn cooldown, prep free action. So this means we can use other abilities along with his ability. We gain Unstoppable and Haste for the turn, along with 5 more energy. Mods give us 15 shields for the turn as well. Basically, this means that we can chase down an enemy and not have to worry about losing our ground, losing our footing, or anything like that. So Unstoppable, we're immune to knockbacks, we're immune to movement impairment, and allows us to chase an enemy down. So the shields on top is just an added bonus, but that's pretty much as far as that one goes. And Aegis Protocol is our ultimate. This is a dash, and takes place during the dash phase. You dash to a target location, dealing damage, and then you're able to shield block a certain direction as well. Enemies that you trample over are also slowed, and our mod increases the range of it. So this allows you to, if you have allies who are in severe danger, like you can see in this little spotlight here on the right, if you have allies that are in severe danger, you can zip over towards them, block any damage from them, as well as do damage to enemies who are along the way. So if you get separated from your group somehow, you're able to get back in the action and protect your firepower and your support allies. So we've got Turtle Tech for our prep phase spell, just again give us even more survivability, because that's really what Rampart is about. Our dash, I chose Fetter. Again, this allows us to hunt down and to chase down enemies a little bit better. Rooting enemies, especially those who are going after your firepower allies, is a good use of it as well. And then we've got Second Wind to give us some healing. The reason we go for Second Wind and not Brain Juice is because we got 3-turn, 3-turn, and 3-turn cooldowns. So even if you use them all in succession, you'll have another ability along with your basic ability ready to go. And so that's the reason why I go with Second Wind. Alright. So, Rampart ourselves, along with Helio for our support, Zuki and Lockwood as our firepower characters. We're going against Blackburn, Sue Ren, Garrison, and Zuki. So Zuki versus Zuki. We're the tank against Garrison. Sue Ren is their healer against our Helio, and Blackburn against Lockwood. Playing in Evos Laboratory. So for those of you who are wondering, this is a bot match. This is a versus bot match, and I do this just because it's a little bit easier to predict bot movements, and it's a little bit easier for me to show off some of the abilities for you guys. sometimes the strategies that are employed in a versus bot match are not going to work very well in a PvP match. PvP matches tend to be much slower. They tend to be much more low kill count, at least from what I've been playing. All right, so we are a tank. Our allies have taken both good positions for us to go to, so we're just going to come right behind Helio here, I guess. Normally you'd want your Rampart to be right up there in the front. Alright, so Garrison is definitely going to launch himself. That's one of the things that they do. So we're going to... No, that's not right. We're going to drag Blackburn out of here. And we're going to protect our Helio next turn.
Target locked.
Nosh on some shrapnel, mate.
Approach me if you dare.
Alright.
Heavy metal incoming!
So there we go. Like I said, he dashed in. That's not good. Alright. Lockwood with some decent damage. And Helio and I are already hurting pretty bad. But Blackburn. Oh boy. Okay. So let's go ahead and do our basic attack right here, and we are in danger of taking a lot of damage this turn, but I can't afford to shield because I've got allies who need to be shielded instead. So let's come up here. We're going to deal a fair amount of damage with our basic attack, just like Helio did. So these guys, wow. Alright. So in a human match, definitely I would have been out front, and my allies would have been far behind me. You can see here we've got all these bots who are just out here in the open for whatever reason. Helio not doing very well for himself. Alright. So this is where we're going to use our shield. Block any attacks coming in this way, and then we're going to make sure that we can't be hit, or we can't be slowed down, and we're going to come here after Garrison.
In progress. I go where I want.
So there we go. So hopefully this will block attacks from all three of them. Wow, okay. So there we go, we blocked the attack, and we got a little bit of energy. Wow, jeez. Alright, Garrison with a big miss.
Hope they put my brain back the same way.
Okay. So Suren doesn't look like she has a dash. Let's go ahead and do this, and then come here. Try and protect our Lockwood, who's coming in right here. Protect him against Zuki and Blackburn. Alright, so big miss for me. And damage as well. Darn. Okay. Good damage from Zuki. Alright. So let's go ahead and... He's got his dash, but he doesn't... He's got his dash catalyst, but he doesn't have a... Doesn't have anything beyond that. So we're going to move him back here, and then move ourselves up. Alright.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Wow. Suren is down. We're not looking so hot either. Lockwood is down. Good chain attack. That is super creepy. Alright. So we pulled Blackburn out of position. And let's go ahead and see if we can't finish him off. And then we'll come back this way. So So we are pretty low on health.
Missile barrel.
There's a very good chance that... Okay, so he zipped away, which is fine. There's a pretty good chance that Garrison is going to use his ultimate on us. Yep, called it. Alright. So we're going to use our shield to block... No. Actually, we're going to use our dash here.
Battle systems activated.
So we're going to dash here, get the health,
Constructing.
avoid the damage from Garrison, and hopefully avoid the damage from Zuki. Oh. Oh boy. Whew, that was close, guys. Alright. Things not looking so hot. Let's go ahead and use our shield here to try and block any enemy attack.
Calculating.
Hopefully, it'll work.
Shields up.
Hey, shields from Helio.
Shield engaged.
That's a punch.
Alright. Zuki with her maniacal laugh. But she's gonna die. Lots of explosions this turn. Alright.
My strength for all. You try my patience.
Alright. So Helio is down 2-4. And our Zuki is looking pretty sad as well. So things not looking good. There's a very good chance that we're going to lose. Zuki is dashing over there. So let's move this way and see if we can't block any attack that are coming in.
Affirmative.
So this is our ultimate that we're using. So we're dashing pretty well.
An unbreakable
We're dashing a
bond.
good 8 spaces probably. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's dashing out. I'm moving across, dealing damage here to Blackburn. And there it is.
Bit of dental work with them pearly whites.
Nice. Blackburn down.
Hope they put my
And-
back brain the way same.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's a very good chance that we're going to die this turn. So let's go ahead and use health. And then we're going to sprint over here. Use our free action to make sure that we don't get slowed down. So we're kind of moving this direction.
Unstoppable.
Targets acquired.
Alright. Zuki gonna do big
I
damage?
keep my enemies close.
Activating catalyst.
Alright.
Close one.
So Su Ren is dead. And if we can take down Garrison, that's not good. That's not good for Zuki. There's a really good chance that she's going to go down. So we're going to use our drag attack to see if we can't get him out of position and then move here.
I'd like to see you.
So this game actually turned out a little bit closer than I thought it would. We were in pretty sad shape. Why are you putting shields on me? Okay, so Garrison moved.
That's right. Stand next to each other.
So our attack is going to miss, unfortunately.
Objective. Enemy capture.
Alright. So Garrison has no escape abilities. Think? No, he does. Let's go ahead and use our shield to protect ourselves. And then we'll move here.
Protection protocol activated.
Yep. Suzuki's dead. So right now we've got 1 kill to 1 kill.
So much left to
So now it is down to sudden death, guys.
Burnt umber alert.
All right. So it looks like we're going for Zuki.
Data sync complete.
Pride goes before the fall.
If it ain't broke, I'll fix that.
Have my eyes closed.
Alright, guys. This is tight. This is close.
Not gonna let that happen again.
Unstoppable in haste. He's escaping. I'm not sure what. Alright. Shield is not going to be up next turn, so we're not going to put ourselves in that position.
Bring it on.
Alright. We've got unstoppable in haste. Not good.
I've had meals more
Watch it.
This is tight, guys. This is actually a little bit of a nail biter.
Stay
Problem
on
is that
target.
I'm very vulnerable, and actually I'm pretty much guaranteed to die. Garrison's going to use his ultimate on me, so the only thing that I can do is try and get Suren out here
My
and move back.
purpose is clear.
So chances are, oh well, that might help.
My gift works in wondrous ways.
change of plans.
Alright, so Helio got out of there, but it looks like Lockwood
Stand next to each other.
is very likely to die as well. So Lockwood's down.
Ow, that's goodie bag.
Yep. So this is not going to be enough. So we were down pretty bad, came back a little bit, and ended up losing in sudden death. So
Defeat.
unfortunate, but you can see there a
Circuits need repair.
yes. So a few of the abilities, a few of the different techniques for Rampart. Obviously, I'm not the best player with him. I'm not the best frontline player, just to be completely honest. But it is what it is. So there it is. So you guys saw a little bit of his abilities. You saw some of the strategies for him. Again, I would just take caution when going into PvP with Rampart. You're going to be much more defensive. You're going to be much more of a protector than I was able to be, because the bot movement isn't as predictable as what you would get with humans. So anyways, those disclaimers aside, thanks again for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe. Check out some of the other series going on the channel. Connect with me on Twitter. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. And leave a comment below if you have any tips, any suggestions, anything like that. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on Additional Pylons Games.